Hey everybody, Casey D'Amato, President of Certified PA Consulting. How are you? Welcome to this episode of our Town Hall video series. Hopefully this is helpful for you. So I am President of Certified PA Consulting. We started in 2009. We are the leading experts on PA salaries, negotiations, career changes, starting a practice, starting a non-clinical business, and everything in between that they don't teach you in PA school. So today we're talking about what PAs can do to utilize their degree outside of clinical medicine to start a side hustle. So hopefully you'll find some of these quick tips helpful if you are thinking about starting a side hustle, which we recommend to PAs that have a level of experience, not necessarily at the beginning because it's most important to master clinical skills. But when you're hitting that 10, 15 year plus mark, it may be something to consider a side hustle because you may have already negotiated to the max of the salary potential in your industry and you've become an expert with clinical skills, and it might be time for something new to stimulate your brain and get those creative juices flowing. So I'm going to cover about 7 different opportunities for side hustles that utilize your degree. Now, there's a whole big wide world of opportunity out there, side hustles that you do not need your degree on. Lots of side hustles that we've helped PAs get into and start that are everything from creating crafts to digital marketing, all sorts of things that have nothing to do with your medical degree. But on this video, we're talking about side hustles and opportunities that actually do use your degree. So let's jump into it. So the first one is education. So you can become adjunct faculty, right? That's utilizing your degree, and you can teach at a PA school in your area of expertise, and you could definitely do that as a side hustle. The next one is medical writing. So this one is where you write articles, usually for CME. So typically you're writing for a company that has executed some research and then writing up the article and submitting it for CME approval, right? So that is a common one, medical writing. The next one is a bigger lift, but it is possible. You can do it as a side hustle. And this is hosting an event or a conference. So there's quite a few PAs now that have learned and mastered, really become experts in hosting conferences. So what this means is creating relationships with industry, pharmaceutical, devices, etc. for sponsoring this conference, making sure you're getting all the speakers and the CME approvals, and then inviting PAs, NPs, or MDs, depending on what your conference is, for a CME conference. So this is definitely a bigger project and may require some other team members, but it is doable and it is lucrative as a side hustle. That brings us to speaking or advisory board. So this is where you become sort of a liaison or an extension of a company that has a particular medication or a device, and you speak either at dinners or roundtables or at conferences on behalf of the company. You become an expert, essentially like a spokesperson. You're talking about the research and why you believe in this medication or in this device. And similarly, you can also sit on advisory boards for pharmaceutical companies where they ask anything about that medication before it launches, a new medication, and maybe they have questions about marketing. Could be anything from design of the logo to the language to how people would necessarily recommend it in their practice and when it would work best. So that is another common one, which is speaking or advisory boards for either pharmaceutical companies or for device companies. And next on the list, we have expert witness. So you can be expert witness in issues related to malpractice. So, and this is not for the faint of heart. Sometimes you will occasionally have a deposition, and rarely you would actually have to testify, but it's possible. So this is definitely not for the faint of heart. It's for people that feel very confident in their skills, to really feel like an expert in their field, and that you can qualify as an expert witness, an outside independent opinion in a malpractice case, to determine if there was negligence or if there was any wrongdoing, et cetera, et cetera. So that is fairly common. It is lucrative, but definitely not for the faint of heart, that's for sure. You can become an ambassador. Ambassadors are people that sort of like speaking for a company, but this is someone that just spreads the word. So this can be casually like on social media, or this could be representing at an exhibit, like a booth exhibit at a conference. So you're kind of bolting on to a company that you believe in their products and you are helping spread the word. You are an ambassador for them, letting other people know about their products. It's fairly common with over-the-counter products that also support PA and NP conferences. We see this a lot in dermatology with products that are over the counter, and they want support from PAs to help spread word, whether it's in social media or whether it is representing at their exhibit booths at conferences and things like that. So becoming a brand ambassador is another thing that you can do as a side hustle, utilizing your degree. And the last thing I want to talk about is an online business. You can do all sorts of online businesses that are sort of an extension of the degree. You're not using your degree per se, but you're definitely using skills related to what we learn as PAs. So lots of people get into the arena of, for example, like a health coach, where you're not prescribing, you're not diagnosing, you're not ordering labs, you're not interpreting labs, yet you're educating people on a healthy lifestyle. So whether that is dietary changes, whether that is physical activity recommendations. So this is sort of a hybrid between something like a trainer or nutritionist and what we do in medicine. So it's sort of a lane in between, excuse me, a relatively new lane, and it's fairly common and it can be lucrative, but it does require a level of marketing and networking so that people know that you're out there and you do offer this service as a health coach. You do not necessarily you're not using your degree in this, so you don't need a supervising physician or anything like that to execute this type of side hustle. But you definitely need to be comfortable with marketing, because otherwise nobody will know that you're doing this. So hopefully this helps you get some ideas on what you can do to utilize your degree. We have an entire brand new program called the Beginner's Guide to Starting a Side Hustle, and we get into so many more and deeper opportunities for PAs who want to start a side hustle. So I recommend checking it out. It's totally free, by the way. And then we also have an on-demand program that dives deeper into helping you figure out the right side hustle for you, and you can work with our coaches along the way with that as well. But check out the free program, The Beginner's Guide to Starting a Side Hustle, because we go through different types of personalities and the way to get started, and it's a quick like 30-minute recorded webinar, totally free. And if you want to dive deeper, we have a program that is about 2 or 3 hour recorded program that talks about how to truly find the right side hustle for you. And you can bundle that with working with one of our coaches to keep you accountable and help you get over roadblocks. So you can have a lucrative side hustle, can be 5 figures in lots of cases. So it's definitely not something to brush off to the side. If you're at the level of experience where you're looking for something new and something more and some fresh progress, something to be excited about, starting a side hustle is a great option for PAs to avoid burnout and feel re-energized and reinvigorated. So check out our free resources. Feel free to email us, team@certifiedpaconsulting.com, and we're happy to point you to our free resources, our on-demand programs, as well as working with our coaches one-on-one privately to help you get your career and life and side hustle business or bigger business to the next level. See you soon.